Are your AI agents actually building $1 million startup for you, or are they quietly burning through all your tokens and cash, maybe even bankrupting you without you noticing? Let's get straight into it. Today, we're doing a hardcore explainer, dissecting a conversation between Greg Eisenberg and Professor Ross McAfee to figure out if these viral AI Agentic loops are the real deal or just a massive disaster waiting to happen.
Right off the bat, we've got to ask ourselves the ultimate pain point question. Are these fully automated systems that Silicon Valley elites keep hyping up actually delivering perfect products, or are they just a financial black hole? Are everyday founders like us just being treated as guinea pigs in this whole trend? Let's break down the core logic here, layer by layer.
So mechanically, there's a huge difference between these two approaches. With the traditional human-in-the-loop model, you're constantly providing prompts, reviewing results, testing, and iterating. But with an agentic loop, the claim is that you just hand over a markdown file, like a spec.md or prd.md just once, and the agent indefinitely loops, self-checking and self-generating. Sounds pretty sci-fi, right? But the reality isn't quite that magical. Ross Mikey points out a harsh truth. He spent exactly $3 buying some stick figure diagrams to prove a point. Top-tier AI elites, guys like Boris and Peter, they have unlimited model access and endless capital to test things out. But average developers? We absolutely do not. Those $3 diagrams brutally highlight the massive gap between these different tiers of users. This leads us to the biggest pain point of all, the catastrophe of assumptions. When you leave an AI alone in an infinite loop with zero human feedback along the way, it's forced to make endless assumptions. It misses crucial edge cases, makes rogue decisions on the nitty-gritty details, and if your documentation isn't literally 100% perfect, the AI's assumptions will completely derail your original product vision. Greg uses a brilliant analogy here. He compares these blind loops to a train traveling straight from Miami to Charleston. It does not stop. If you want to adjust your product roadmap based on early user feedback, too bad. The train has already left the station and you just can't intervene. Human in the loop, on the other hand, is like driving manually. You can literally pull over any time for a fried chicken sandwich and make P iterations. And then there's the brutal cost barrier. Ross Mike gives a very stern warning. If you aren't on at least a $200 a month subscription plan, like if you're just scraping by on a standard $20 tier, do not even think about running continuous agent tools like /Goal or Ralph Wiggum. The system will drain your limits in a flash. Want to hear an even more shocking financial disaster? Peter, one of the top guys in the industry, burned through exactly $1.3 million worth of tokens in a single month just testing these automatic loop systems. That is $1 million trial and error slot machine. Definitely not a game the average developer can afford to play. Part 1. Where loops actually work. Binary outputs and fixed feedback constraints. So if fully automated startup building is a myth, where do agentic loops actually work? The answer is strictly defined binary output environments. Ross Mike lists 3 highly specific, zero creativity tasks. First, automated code review using tools like CodeRabbit, Grovel, or Macroscope. Second, bulk generating exactly 300 identical SEO pages. And third, testing model deception, like when he ran an AI simulation of the game Among Us to build a benchmark. Under these fixed constraints, loops actually perform flawlessly. To give you something highly actionable, Ross Mike totally opens up about a precise loop workflow he uses. Step 1, you write the initial AI-generated code. Step 2, push that feature to GitHub. Step 3, the Gravel agent automatically jumps in to review for bugs and edge cases. Finally, it assigns a ruthlessly strict score out of 5. Within this automated system, he has an unshakable mental model and a hard rule. Absolutely no code goes live to production unless the automated score is greater than a 4 out of 5. A 4 is literally the life or death threshold here. But what happens if it only scores a 3? Well, this is where the magic happens. He types a specific command, gp loop, right into the cursor editor. Cursor instantly reads the detailed Gravel review from GitHub, automatically alters the code to fix the flagged issues, and pushes it directly back to GitHub for rescoring. That is a true closed-loop automated system. But pay close attention to the safety valve mechanism here. This automated loop will only execute a maximum of 5 turns of self-correction. If it can't fix the code in 5 turns, it completely gives up and stops running. Or, of course, it stops early if it hits that perfect 5 out of 5. This strict 5-turn cap is the crucial safety net to stop your tokens from burning into infinity. However, even a closed system this rigorous has a breaking point. Ross Mike admits that the moment you push over 1,000 lines of code, the AI suffers from context overload. It just completely fails to review and alter it accurately. The workaround? You have to strictly control the size of every push, manually splitting it into multiple pull requests. All right, mandatory action time. Here is the core review of our entire explainer. We're quickly recapping every single hard metric and fact we extracted, from the $3 stick figure diagrams proving the tier gap to Peter's $1.3 million single-month token burn, from the strict greater than 4 out of 5 quality thresholds to the 5-turn max iteration limit, and finally, the 1,000 lines of code breaking point. These exact numbers prove that if you are going to use agentic loops, you must govern them with incredibly strict metrics. And here is today's ultimate takeaway. This one sentence perfectly captures the underlying logic of this explainer. AI can replicate sauce. It can't create sauce. Yes, definitely use loop systems for highly efficient, black and white binary validation. But for anything involving product vision, creativity, and your core value, you must keep human control firmly in the loop. Now, I want to throw a hardcore argument over to you. Regarding this specific automated code review loop we just broke down, the one using Grovel and Cursor capped at exactly 5 turns. Do you think this is a genius design for dev efficiency or a massive pitfall waiting to trap you? Drop your reasoning and your underlying logic down in the comments. I want to see your actual experiences with this. And finally, make sure you leave a comment below. By dropping a comment, you will instantly get your hands on the complete, precise tool list and the full structural mind map from this teardown. Keep building smart, no fluff, and I will see you in the next explainer.